As we start another week together, America remains in the grip of the coronavirus pandemic, and tonight a new and grim milestone. Every state now reporting deaths from the virus. Just moments ago here, the president during the briefing defending his decision-making during this pandemic, and it comes 24 hours after Dr. Anthony Fauci was pressed. Had there been mitigation earlier, he was asked, more action earlier, could more lives have been saved? Dr. Fauci said yes. Well, he took to the podium just moments ago, right next to the president, to go over his answer again. All of this as tonight across America, the coronavirus has taken more than 23,000 lives, and in hard-hit New York, a milestone, more than 10,000 deaths. But there is a glimmer of hope tonight. The daily toll now flattening, but at a staggering level. 671 deaths on Easter Sunday alone. But a more promising story from this graph right here. The number of new hospitalizations from the virus now falling each day. And today, Governor Andrew Cuomo saying the worst is over if we continue to be smart with social distancing. Tonight, inside a New York City hospital, what they're seeing right now, and those sobering words from Governor Charlie Baker of Massachusetts tonight, warning his state to brace for the worst week yet. And Pennsylvania's Governor Tom Wolf saying the surge there won't come until next week. And as I mentioned, on top of this devastating outbreak, the deadly tornado outbreak on Easter Sunday, more than 30 dead across several states. This tornado in Brooksville, Mississippi. But they hit from Texas to North Carolina, destroying homes, and so many families trying to protect themselves from the coronavirus were then forced to seek shelter together during the tornadoes. An unimaginable situation for so many, and we'll get through it all tonight. Here's ABC's Tom Yamas leading us off from New York.
Tonight, nearly a month since the first person died in New York from COVID-19, Governor Andrew Cuomo confronting a horrific milestone. More than 10,000 New Yorkers now dead of coronavirus.
The terrible news is as terrible as it gets. This is 671 people who passed away on Easter Sunday.
But even during this darkness, some light. Fewer New Yorkers are being hospitalized. Fewer are being put on ventilators. And though the death toll remains staggering, now fewer people are dying.
Those numbers say we can control the spread. Feel good about that. The worst is over. Yeah, if we continue to be smart going forward.
At Mount Sinai Hospital in Queens, Dr. Eric Bluttinger has seen a change. Just 1 week ago, the hospital was besieged.
I'm about ready to walk into the ED. We'll see what the situation's like. I heard that our volume is just exploding.
Scenes like this played out in ICUs around the city.
Things are just totally crazy right now. Everyone is COVID positive in these hallways. All you hear is oxygen.
But when we spoke to Dr. Bluttinger today, he too was sounding encouraged.
Certainly, it does feel like we are slowly turning the corner.
But as New York cases plateau and major cities like Philadelphia level off, other parts of the country are seeing spikes. In Massachusetts, Governor Charlie Baker with a warning.
I want people to realize that today is the beginning of what we expect is going to be a very difficult period.
Among the hardest hit, the elderly. More than 800 people have died in Massachusetts, and nearly 45% of them in nursing homes.
My dad's in one of those facilities, so I take this stuff pretty seriously.
The virus now claiming lives in all 50 states. In Chicago, a somber procession for a firefighter. In New York City, word 21 teachers have died. And across the country, grocery store workers, now essential to all of us, paying a terrible price. Their largest union now reporting at least 30 have perished.
This is about life or death. Workers are being exposed and they are dying.
In South Dakota, one of the nation's largest pork processing plants shutting down after nearly 240 workers tested positive. But weeks into this crisis, the conversation now turning to how and when the country can reopen. The governor of Texas was blunt.
This is not going to be a rush the gates, everybody is able to suddenly reopen all at once.
The CDC director saying the first step is widespread testing, something that is not yet available.
We're going to need to have that aggressively employed as we begin to reopen.
Governor Cuomo also preparing for his state to take the next step.
You'll start to open that valve on the economic activity, and you'll turn that valve very slowly. And while you're opening that valve, watch the meter. What's the meter? The meter is the infection rate. And if you see that infection rate start ticking up, which would be undermining everything we have accomplished thus far, then you know you've opened the valve too fast.
New York now banding together with 6 other states to develop a joint plan to reopen the East Coast. Out west, the governors of Washington, Oregon, and California forming a similar strategic alliance. But in the nation's capital, President Trump, who resisted calls to impose a national lockdown, tweeting that when it comes to reopening the country, it's the decision of the president.
When somebody's the president of the United States, the authority is total.
Cuomo making it clear the road to recovery will be long.
It's not going to be we flick a switch and everybody comes out of their house and gets in their car and waves and hugs each other and the economy all starts up. I would love to say that's going to happen. It's not going to happen that way. It can't happen that way.
And Tom Llamas with us again tonight live here in New York. And Tom, as you know, President Trump just moments ago saying he has, quote, the ultimate authority about when the country reopens. But we know there are groups of governors on both coasts joining, coordinating their own plans. And Governor Cuomo just said there, it's not like flipping the switch. And he said today that when we do reopen, there will be new infections.
And David, that's the big fear between a lot of governors right now. They don't want to see new spikes. I was on a conference call with 6 governors from states like New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. They all want to work together. They want to work with the president, but they say they're ultimately responsible for their own states. Out on the West Coast, there's that coalition of 3 states, Oregon, Washington, California, and tomorrow, the governor of California is saying he will release a detailed plan when he wants to reopen the California economy. So many in that state are going to be looking forward to that news. David?
All right, Tom Llamas leading us off on this Monday night. Tom, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.